Peter, I don't think he knows for what he's looking. He's looking for very pretty girls, and it's nice to have a pretty girl, but they are not only qualities.
It was also time for my aunt's funeral. My aunt and I were very close in my youth. She was actually very instrumental in bringing me up. I spent my summers with her at a cottage outside of Montreal. She loved mountains, and she always collected all my newspaper clippings, and we always stayed very close. And I thought it was almost rather appropriate that I would have her with me on this journey to Poland.
Orędowniczko nasza, one miłosiernie oczy sam ora. O łaskawa, o litościwa, o słodka Panno Maryjo.
Maybe my aunt's spirit was along for the ride as well. Or so it felt sometimes. It's time to gather everything up and make the journey home. Well, I'm back from my trip in my beautiful home. It's fall. Now I gotta do something with this huge house. But the house is looking really great. Really nice to be back. Be nice to show some Cinderellas, you know, just the beauty around here. Some of the ones I've had the nice experience of meeting, such as Mariana. Then there's Jenny in Peru also. Yeah, she's been writing me again. Pavel, what a character. He's just so full of life. He had just talked me into going to Peru and Chile with him. I couldn't believe it. Here I was back from one exhausting trip, and Pavel had me talked into buying another plane ticket on my credit card and head out for Peru and Chile. ¿Dónde está mi cenicienta? Soy con hombres. Soy con hombres en el mundo de parapente, ¿no? Qué loco es, ¿eh? Maybe my expectations with Jenny were just a little too high. Sometimes when one tries so hard, things just don't materialize. So tell me, how did you end up here?
Traveling.
Yeah.
I started the paragliding course here and stayed 2 years ago. Traveling when I can, to Ecuador, to Chile. Competing a little bit as well, so flying with friends.
And how long have you been flying?
Just over a year.
Yeah?
Yeah, new pilot.
Yeah, and how long are you here for?
No, another week and then I go to Ecuador.
Oh yeah? Oh cool. We're going to Iquique.
Oh yeah, I was there last year. That's where I learned.
Yeah? Hey.
Pete.
Hola.
Ernesto Fernández Concha Ortman.
¿Y hace cuántos años que vuelas tú?
Recién hace un año.
¿Sí? ¿Y qué piensas de tu hija que vuela?
No, yo comencé a volar y después mi papá me siguió y ahora mi tío vuela para motor, entonces como que mi tío vive en Miami y ahora va a venir a volar para motor el 20 de diciembre ya.
Si quieres volar, vuelas nomás. ¿Quieres volar?
After he.
It's really such easy flying. You know, you can take your hands off the brakes, just steer with your body. You just basically hug this cliff and you soar like a seagull for miles. And the air is so fine-tuned and so predictable that you can actually touch the glass on the windows of the Marriott. That's how forgiving the winds are in Miraflores.
Hola, Peter, Lima, Perú.
After we were finished in Miraflores, our plans was to go south, down to Iquique, Chile. Sitting 30-some hours on the bus, one had a lot of time to think. I was back in 1972 with my parents. It was a trip that had changed my whole perspective in life. My parents plucked me out of junior high and took me on the road for 14 months in a VW van to Tierra del Fuego and back from Canada. My parents were both very adventurous, and that definitely transcended to my lifestyle. My dad, he loves to travel. He was actually in a National Geographic documentary on Mount Kennedy.
And a massive glacier flowing seaward from its summit.
My parents got divorced in '76. I thought they had so much in common. Something didn't click.
Esperando su pronta contestación.